Where do we want to go? All right, what's happening, everybody? My bad, Jay. I didn't mean that wasn't on purpose. I promise. Welcome to Tuesday Night Hoop Talk. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Tony Gonzalez, Jay McLovin. I don't know what happened to Glenn.
I don't know what happened to Glenn. No, that wasn't on us. I think Glenn, something happened on his. There's Glenn. There he is. Oh, I got him. There we go.
Glenn. I thought
I don't know where he went.
It did that thing that it did last week. So I think it's the Safari browser on my phone.
Maybe you should not get tickets all the time, and maybe go work on your cell phone plan or your internet upgrade.
I ain't the internet plan. I'll tell you that much. I got that gig internet.
Oh, what do you fucking do? Yeah, I got the good internet. I got that cheap Walmart shit.
I ain't no dial up there, buddy.
Well, hopefully everybody's having a good night tonight. I'm doing pretty well. Hopefully everybody else is. Keeping track of the NBA Cup game. San Antonio's up 72-68 on the Knicks with about 7:45 left in the third quarter. So it's been a pretty good game so far. And speaking of the Spurs, they're the team to finally put another loss on the Thunder this past Saturday, beating them 111-109. Had 4 players with 20 points or more. Spurs are looking good. I mean, they're looking like a good team. Knew the Thunder was going to lose again, I assumed. But it'd been a while, but they finally put another loss on them. And then they're, like I said, playing right now against the Knicks in the NBA Cup. Also, last night we had a very interesting game. Denver defeated Houston in overtime, 128-125. A couple of guys that had real good games for Denver. Joker, 39 points, 15 rebounds, and 10 assists. And Houston, Sagoon, 33 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists for him. So a big game for him. Jay, I know you wanted to talk about that game, so let's jump into it a little bit.
Yeah, I don't typically cry about a lot of things. I don't. I have come to the resolution of the state of the NBA. What? It's not true. It's not true. I don't. I know you would give me that look. That's why I didn't want to look up. That's why I was looking down, because I didn't want to see that face, because you'll make me laugh.
Jay, the only thing about that is the one reason I could say that's not completely true. You're a Cowboy fan, so you have to cry.
That's not so much crying as it is just devastation 24/7 for 30 years. Yeah, no, you'll know the real crying. Yeah, you'll know the real crying. Trust me, you will know, because I promise you, if the Cowboys ever make it to the Super Bowl, I will be crying, and it won't be out of pain. It'll be out of, oh my God, they did it once in my lifetime before I went and joined the Heavenly Father in heaven. But until then, yeah, I'm in devastation mode with the Cowboys. But that's neither here nor there. This is a Hoops Talk show and not an NFL. We will talk about my devastation on Thursday at 9 Central, 10 Eastern. Please tune in. But let me tell you something. Here's the thing. And Tony, I have, and I will tell you, I have talked to my therapist about this. He has said that it's going to take time to adapt. Jay, we got to take this in small increment doses, but it's very, very hard to take some things in increment doses when you see it blatantly stupid. Now, back in our day, Tony, when I say our day, the days of maybe early 2000s, all the way down to, Kingdom Come, when you could be physical in basketball and not be called for every small little insignificant thing. It really irritates me. It just irritates me, man, because
it grinds your gears.
It does. It really. Here's my thing. If the foul would have been on the ball handler, bet. Okay, it is what it is. I'll accept it. Hit your free throws. We'll go to overtime, and that's just the way the game's going to be. But when Amen Thompson, and I forget who it was he had offhand. I'm sure you'll tell me here in a second, because the guy's one that made the free throws. But 2.3 seconds left. They call a foul on Amen Thompson because he kind of had the guy's arm a little bit like this underneath the basket. It was an away from the ball foul. And you're going to call some small, stupid stuff like that with 2.3 seconds left. Come on, man. That drives me insane. Freaking insane, because we live in this woke society of the NBA now where they want to make everything ticky-tack and everything's this and everything's that. And if I breathe on you, oh my God, no, bullshit. 1995. If this game would have happened in 1995, and I'm sorry, I know I do, Logan. I'm sorry, I should have said BS. I apologize, but I'm just so irritated with it because I don't like small stuff like that. Small stuff like that is when the referees are deciding games rather than letting the game be for the game. Like I said, if it was on the ball handler, okay, it is what it is. I can't say nothing about it. But when it's away from the ball foul and you're just calling a small little tug, come on, man. Really? Is this what we're doing? Is this where the NBA is now? Because if it is, Tony, I swear to you, I'm going to stop watching modern day NBA and I'm just going to start watching old VHSs. No, I don't have a VHS. So I'll figure out a different way. But that's besides the point. My point is, are we so soft as an NBA that we're going to decide a game on an off the ball, small little touch of a ball foul? Is this what we're doing? Because if this is what we're doing, how do you play defense? How do you do anything? I'm sorry. That was my rant because it was such a big game, right? This is the Nuggets. We're out there fighting our asses off. You know what I'm saying? And yes, eat some popcorn, chew some tissues. That's what I've been doing for like the last day and a half. I'm sorry, ran over. Just upsets me.
Let me ask you guys: what year do you think it was when it really changed?
I got your tissue, Jay.
Jay actually me and him just talked about for you. You guys had hopped on, and you want me to go ahead and give you my answer, Tony?
Yeah. What year do you think it really changed where you couldn't play really physical anymore?
After the Palace in early of LeBron's career, I feel like it was after that time period is when it all started to change. Like when LeBron came in the league and after the Palace.
Yeah, so probably about like 2008, 2009 to somewhere around 2008 to 2010.
After the Boston.
But Jay, and this is all seriousness. I agree with what you're saying, but the only reason I can't take it serious coming from you is because if I would have said that during the NBA Finals when the Pacers were getting no calls,
that's not true. That's not true.
Wait a minute.
That's not true, though.
Let me
I would have done that. I would have been there for you.
No, if I'd have been complaining about
have.
Thunder getting calls, you'd have told me, quit making excuses. They're a better team. Don't make excuses. Hey, that's what you would have told me. But I agree with what you're saying, though.
That's not what I would. Honestly, no, seriously. Look, Chris, I don't like you. Everybody knows that I don't like you, okay? But that's besides the point.
Cat's
that's
hurt.
Not true. That's not really true. And
Chris, Anthony Towns is hurt.
I think was that you blowing your nose? I don't know. Was that you fart? I don't know what you're doing over there. But seriously, I would have done that.
The cat stepped on the applause button when you said
so that's why he was lifting off the court.
No, seriously, no, seriously, I would not have. I honestly would not have. If that would have happened to you guys, I would not have said that. Now, if you want to call some, or some, I don't know, if you flopped or something, I probably would have gave you some stuff on that. But if it's an off the ball foul, I would have said, you know what, I would have been pissed off too. No, seriously, and that's not the fan in me because look, let's be honest, you're East Coast, I'm West Coast. I have no skin in your games unless you get to the NBA Finals.
I agree. I agree with
you. Know what I'm saying?
You. The NBA is soft. I agree with everything you're saying.
It's soft as shit.
I just had to fuck with it.
Well, don't get me wrong. Alexander's a fantastic player for Oklahoma. But there's no way that you can look at him sometimes, and he gets the foul call.
Yeah,
right.
And he's not the only player. It's just not him. You can't. You can't hardly even look at him. I'm exaggerating, of course, but you can't hardly even touch him. And I don't know if this is true or not. I seen a Facebook post, so I don't know if it's true, but they claim that Alexander was complaining because Wembyama went to the line 12 times in that game that they got beat.
You know what I think, Tony? That's just too damn bad.
Yeah, that he was upset because Wembyama went to the free throw line 12. Now, how could Alexander? That dude averages 18 free throws a game or something like that. So it's crazy. I tell you, San Antonio. I've been saying, I thought Denver was a team that could possibly play with Oklahoma, and of course Houston could be. But I tell you what, by the end of the year, if the Spurs stay healthy, they could be that team that could stay with Oklahoma.
And I swear to God, I hope as far as Oklahoma City is concerned, I hope it does happen.
Let me ask you this question. And because I know a lot of people say, well, Jay, you know, I've said, look, if you put LeBron's game back in the 90s, I don't think LeBron is, and look, I don't care, even if he was born in that generational time, it doesn't mean that he's going to be great. It means he would have been good, but I don't know if it means he's good, because he lives and dies on the flop. He lives and dies on the refs. Not that he doesn't make shots. Don't get it twisted. I know the man can shoot the ball. I know he can do a lot of things. I'm not saying he would have been a good basketball player, but I wonder if he would have been the conversation of the GOAT if his game would have been at the same time Jordan was playing the game. Again, the flopping just kills me.
My opinion, no, because I don't think he could have handled, even though he's a big guy. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think he would have scored as many points, had as many assists, as many rebounds in that physical game where you got knocked around. I mean, and I'm not even saying LeBron's soft. I'm not saying that. It's a lot easier when you can't touch somebody to be able to do those things that he can do, because I mean, the dude's got all kinds of physical attributes, but I don't think that I don't think he would have got done what he's got done now back then. I just don't.
Absolutely.
And I'm not taking anything away from him. I mean, I don't think he would be considered a GOAT. No, a lot of people would consider him as a GOAT now. And, you know, he's got a lot of great numbers, so I understand that. I don't particularly think he is. He wouldn't probably be in my top 3, but that's just me. You know, and people will say I'm an idiot, but that's fine. But I mean, I think he's good, very good ball player, would have been even back then. But his numbers wouldn't be what they are right now. No way.
But and that's what I'm saying. I mean, everybody talks about LeBron being the GOAT in this generation, but I don't know if anybody really understood what Jordan's generation of basketball was like, or even the ones that preceded Jordan, what it was like. That was a much different style of basketball, and I just don't know. In today's day and age, it bodes well for LeBron because of the ticky-tack fouls. But if those days were back then, like I said, I think he would have been a great player. He would have been a star player. He would have been a star. No doubt about it. I'm not saying he would have been a star. I just don't think he would be in the conversation of the GOAT like Michael Jordan is in the GOAT conversation because of, you know, and again, let me ask you this. I wonder how well his body would have stood up back in those days. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know he puts $1 million into his body for what the current game is made up now, but what would his body have looked like going up against a guy like Bill Laimbeer or guys back in those days when they could body check you? You know what I'm saying? What would that have been like? What would his body have been like? You know, I mean, I don't think it would have been anywhere near like it is now.
He probably doesn't have that longevity he got.
Okay, let's talk about some of the other players that are really great players in the NBA now. Their body types are a lot different now than they were back then. As far I'm talking, you got a lot leaner guys, skinnier guys. You didn't see that many skinny guys play back then because they get broken in half. I mean, honestly. So, how do you think? How would Wemby would have played in 1995?
I will tell you this. For the taller guys, and this is mine, and super quick, I think they could have done good at the power forward spot where they would have just been hitting 3 balls or whatever the case is. I think in the perimeter side of life, if they played the power forward, I think they'd have been great. If they'd have been in the low post at the center, they'd have been killed. That's just my take on it. Chris, Glenn?
How would Alexander been?
Hey, Frankie.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Frankie, it's you have to ask Jay why it's Pacers colors. He's the one that made the graphics and everything for the show.
Shit.
Yeah, right. Listen, Frankie may be a lot of things in his life, but one thing Frankie ain't is stupid. That dude got street smarts. He knows better.
Chris, how do you think some of the guys now, like Wemby or Alexander, how would they have been in 1995, 96, 93?
I still think they would have been good because because you're going to adapt. Like they'd have to get used to the physicality. Like you're going to adapt. So I don't know if they'd be quite as dominant as they are now, but I still think they would be star players.
I don't think Alexander would average 32 points a game.
I think he probably
but
averaged about wherever Jordan was.
But back then there weren't many guys averaging 30 points a game.
Right.
There'd be a difference. I agree with you guys.
I mean, I can only imagine what Bird would have put up if they said carte blanche on 3-pointers. Could you imagine what Bird would have done at carte blanche on 3-pointers? Hey,
He
do
probably
what
would
you
have
gotta
averaged
Let
40.
me ask you guys this, because
yeah.
I heard a guy say it today. Do you guys think that Cooper Flagg is the best rookie domestic prospect since LeBron James?
I
No.
don't know about that.
And I'll tell you why.
American prospect.
I'll tell you why.
Player.
If you look at the numbers right now, KNICKS, his cohort at Duke is actually having a better season. Not that Flagg's having a bad season, but some of his numbers have been.
I think he at the beginning of the season. But
at the beginning,
now.
I mean, it may have leveled off. Now I don't know what's going on.
Flagg
You know what I'm saying?
he was averaging 12 points a game in September or October, 18 points a game in November, and he's averaging 24 points a game in December.
Let me ask you this real quick before anybody else answers. I want you to, because this is what I want you to think when y'all answer this question. He probably is. Flagg probably is the best rookie right now to come out. He probably is. But when you're saying, can he be LeBron? Can he be this? Can he be that? He probably can't be LeBron.
Can he be LeBron? That says he's the best prospect to come out of America since LeBron.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Since LeBron. Okay, let's on that premise, even that premise. Let's just take that premise. I apologize for miss whatever. He probably can't because the way the way the game is structured right now, with all the ticky-tack fouls and you have to stay off. He probably could. He couldn't go back in them days. Yeah, and I see why you said LeBron because of the way the game is played now. I see why you said that.
No, not that, but because LeBron was the last one that had the hype and all that, and was like everybody considered a sure thing, and like Flagg.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't count Wemby in there.
No, I mean,
well, you know what's interesting though?
Never been
But
never
yeah,
been,
hold on.
I think he's been the biggest American prospect since LeBron. And another thing you got to remember about Flagg is he's only 18 years old.
Well, yeah.
That's true.
But let's take a step back because I think this coincides with what you're saying. When LeBron came out year one, right out of high school, goes into the NBA, right? He didn't play his first season. I mean, he played sparingly. He may have come off the bench a couple of times, but he primarily was on the bench that first year. And then he came off in that second year, I believe it was, and then he started actually playing. But the first year, he was basically off to the side. Whereas Cooper Flagg, day one, you're starting 5. Let's go. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, they had to be about the same age, Flagg and Bron, right? I mean,
they're both
Flagg was 18, Bron was 18, right?
They were both 18.
So it could be. Me personally, I don't know because it's only a handful of weeks into the season, so it's too early to tell. But I will say this, for an 18-year-old, and he's doing well at the way he's doing. Now, I think that the college game helped him. I do believe playing that college that 1 year helped him, right? But I do at this point right now, he's a little further along than Bron was. But Bron came out of high school. He didn't have no training up to the professional level, where at least Cooper Flagg had at least 1 year of college, saw a little bit more different type of athlete, and then came over.
Yeah, Flagg played in college when he should have still been in high school.
Yeah.
I forget about that because looking at Flagg and seeing him play last year, he didn't look like an 18-year-old. You know what I mean? Even when he was playing college that year, he didn't look like no 18-year-old. He looked like a 22-year-old. I mean, to me.
And he just made history there. I think it was last night or the night before. He had 42 points, and that's the most ever scored by 18-year-old. It broke LeBron's record.
But you know what also that tells me though, Gonzo? It tells me the fact that Cooper Flagg graduated high school a year early. Now, I don't know what kind of classes he had. I'm assuming they must have been great classes. He played at Duke, so he had to have some damn good ass grades, right?
Yeah, he's a smart dude.
That's my point. My point is this: if you are so smart and you can graduate high school early and then go to Duke and do well at Duke, and then it tells me that not only, I guess what I'm saying is that his mind is just as smart as his shooting skills are good. And when you got a guy that's incredibly smart and also can shoot the damn ball and play, that's a very dangerous person.
Oh yeah, they say his basketball IQ's off the charts, and that like he's one of the hardest working dudes that you'll ever meet, is what like everybody that I hear talk about him says.
You know who else had a really smart, veteran, savvy IQ about him was Derek Fisher. And one thing I know about Derek Fisher was extremely smart as well. Ask me how I know that, Gonzo. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna tell you how I know that. Because Derek Fisher's don't worry about it. I'm gonna tell you. Because quite honestly, you're not gonna guess it. So let me just save you the time. So my friend, one of my friends in high school that I graduated with, Joe Stevens, was his roommate. He was Derek Fisher's roommate, and he's a godfather to his kids. And he was telling me that when Derek Fisher was in school, how smart he was. So I know Derek Fisher. And if you see him on the basketball, I mean, he only played as long as he played because he had a really good, savvy veteranship. But anyway, off my soapbox.
All right, guys, let's move on. Your power top 5 teams. You guys can work on that while I give mine. Your top 5s, it's, both conferences totaled up. You know, you don't have to do one conference and the other. You can mix them up. I got number 1, Oklahoma, of course. I think that's going to be not surprising. Number 2, I've got the Denver Nuggets. Number 3, I'm going with Detroit. Number 4, I'm going with the San Antonio Spurs, and number 5, I'm going with the Houston Rockets. That's my top 5. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
I'm still thinking.
I shouldn't even go.
Why Pacers aren't it? Oh, why? Because don't be a sore loser.
No, because he basically has the same top 5 as I do.
Oh,
Oklahoma,
top 5.
My top 5 is Oklahoma.
I think we have one different.
Yeah, my top 5 is Oklahoma, Detroit, New York, Lakers, and Spurs.
No Denver.
I'm about to say that's what I'm thinking in my head. I'm like,
No
are you
Denver.
serious right now?
No
I will
Denver.
cancel your ass. That is a weak ass
Yeah,
starting.
hey, he likes the Knicks. That's a, you know, I mean,
Mine is I got Thunder number 1, Denver Nuggets 2, Detroit Pistons 3. I went with Houston at 4 and the Spurs at 5.
so you just made me just
We
flip
just got our
flop.
4 and 5
I
flip-flop.
tell you what, when I made my list, the only reason I went with the Spurs over Houston, and this is going by how they're playing right now. I'm not going to say that's where they end up at the end of the year or anything like that, but the Spurs had just beat the Thunder, so I give them the nod over Houston. That was my thinking. Hey,
I like it. No, I don't like it because quite honestly, I'm the same way you are. No, I'm tracking exactly where you're going because. No, let's be honest. Let's call it what it is. The Spurs are really, really good right now. They really are. I mean, they're a very good team and very well coached team, right? I mean, Popovich, that coaching tree, you can't tell me Pop's not in their ears. Even as an advisor, he's still talking to that team. So, I mean, they have a great support system over there in San Antonio. I'm right there with you guys. I got Oklahoma City number 1. I do got Detroit number 2 because I've seen what Detroit's been doing, and we all know what Detroit did against the Knicks, right? So I do got Detroit number 2. Number 3, I am going to write Denver Nuggets at number 3 because I also know what Denver Nuggets can do. And number 4, I have San Antonio. Actually, no, let me revise that. Number 3, I'm putting San Antonio Spurs. Number 4, I'm putting Denver Nuggets. Number 5, I got the Rockets. And the only reason I say that is I really like what San Antonio is doing. I know maybe the record doesn't reflect it right now, but that team is seriously, seriously good. And so, yeah, so that's mine. So I got Oklahoma, Detroit, San Antonio, Denver, and I'm going to round it out with Houston.
okay. All right, guys, let's talk a little college basketball, then we'll get out of here for tonight. Looking at what was considered the top 3 teams, pretty much Michigan, Arizona, and Iowa State, they're all undefeated. But it's kind of a common theme for all 3 teams. One thing is defense. All 3 really good defensive teams. The considered the top team, Michigan, their inside game. And on both ends of the court, offense and defense is considered probably the best in the country. Their defense and the rebounding on both sides of the ball. Got a good offense also, but they're very strong inside on both sides of the ball. Same thing with Arizona. They've got a massive front line, dominant on the boards on both sides of the ball. And then Iowa State's got great defense, but one thing that's different about them, they got 2 fantastic guards, a fantastic guard play. So, I mean, them are the 3 teams.
Duke's pretty good too.
Yeah, Duke's a very good team too. But
give me your top 3 again one more time. I'm sorry.
The top 3 that when I looked at the rankings was Michigan, Arizona, and Iowa State. Iowa State
Just a-
beat.
They have
just
moved.
a-
They have moved Duke in front of Iowa State now.
Did they? Okay.
In the new
I know
rank.
Iowa State did beat Purdue a week or so ago. Michigan beat, I think it was Gonzaga by like 50 points.
And then that UConn team's pretty damn good too.
UConn's very good. I've
Sitting at
watched.
5. I know they have one loss.
I've seen UConn more than I have anybody. It just happens that I've turned on the TV and UConn's been on. I think they must have a contract with ESPN. They got to show their games every time I turn on the TV, it seems like. So I've seen UConn, and they are very strong. They're another team that's very strong defensively and inside play. Real quick update. The Knicks have come back and took the lead on San Antonio, 97-94. Roughly 10 minutes, a little over 10 minutes left in the game.
Well, they need to, the Knicks fans need to chill out because there's still a lot of time left in the game for them to fuck it up. So
What Frankie say?
He said,
Don't
"Okay,
worry about it. It ain't
Detroit.
that important.
Nuggets, Spurs, fuck KD." That was his top 5.
sounds,
Did he
sounds
have
about
the,
Frankie.
did he have the Lakers in top 5?
No.
No,
He
he
did?
just, he just
Wow.
put the forward in.
Hey, that's a
No,
that-
what he's saying is he has Houston at 5, but he said FKD because he hates KD. So that's
I know
basically
he hates KD.
that's his way of saying Rockets at 5. I'm just saying. I speak Frankie. I've been speaking Frankie for about 6 years now.
I don't think Frankie would ever say that the Rockets are better than the Lakers.
No, that's why he said FKD because he wouldn't. Yeah, that's his way of saying that. So you gotta speak Frankie, Gonzo. I speak Frankie. Trust me.
Yeah.
I've been speaking Frankie too damn long. Let me tell you.
Frankie, you guys should have got Miles Turner.
Man, yeah.
Yeah, he's been a barn burner this year, ain't he?
You know what surprises me, and I don't know if it was again. I don't follow college basketball as close. Really, I don't. I'll be honest with you. I usually follow college basketball once March Madness kind of starts. I'll be honest with you. I just don't follow college basketball that much. But what's interesting to me is that Houston, who's been in a lot of Final Fours, or not Final Fours, but just March Madness and played really really well. And they have been in Final Fours, but the fact that they're ranked 21. Like what? Where was the drop off?
Well, they were in the top 10, and they've lost.
No, they were. Yeah, they're 6-3. I'm just wondering where the
Yeah.
drop off was. I guess I'm about to dig more into that.
I don't think they have the guards this year that they've had the last couple years.
Yeah.
I don't think their guard play is as good this year. I haven't seen them a bunch. I saw a little bit of one of their games, so I haven't seen them enough to know. You know what I mean? But to me, the little bit I've seen, I think that's the biggest difference with them.
So Texas Tech is at the top of the Big 12 in the standings. Where are they fitting in on the where are they fitting on the overall rankings? I know they're number 1 in Big 12, but do you have that in front of you? I don't know if you don't have it, don't worry about it. I'll look into that.
They're 19.
Yeah.
Texas Tech is ranked 19 overall.
They're 19 overall.
Okay.
Chris, I did want to ask you about IU. I know you've seen him. I have not hard to see him play this year. They started off pretty good, but they didn't play a real tough schedule. And then they played really bad against Minnesota, not a very good Minnesota team. Then they lost to Louisville. They lost to Kentucky. Was ahead in that game and kind of blew it. What is?
And then they won a game after that, didn't they?
Okay. Are they a young team? Are they? What's good about them, and what's their negative? What's the problem?
I think sometimes they lose their focus a little bit on the defensive ends. I think they're still getting into this new coach's system. They're a young team. I think we're going to be a lot better toward the end of this, later on in the season than we are right now. We've shown flashes where we've looked tougher than hell, but then we've also showed our youthfulness and make some and not look very well. But I think this coach is going to turn us around. It might take him a couple of years, at least a year or two. But I mean, because you got to get your recruits. I know we got a good recruiting class coming in next year. But no, I think I'm interested in seeing how we do in the Big Ten conference. But I think as the season goes, you're going to see an IU team that keeps getting better and better.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick. Well, I tell you what. Sometimes my brain goes left, guys. when I was talking about earlier about Houston and Texas Tech, I was looking at the NCAAF, which is football, college football, not basketball. So I totally freaking apologize.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a brain faux pas on my part. I apologize. Actually,
Houston
Texas
is 8. Houston
yeah, I'm
is
about to say
8.
Houston is 8. I was
I wonder what you was talking about. but
I know, and I appreciate you not diming me out in front of everybody. But I'm man enough to know, hey, look, JD to fess up. He done made a mistake. So yeah, I apologize. He's actually ranked number 8.
Well,
My
Jay, it's almost Christmas season, man, so we can't jack.
Hey,
Well,
what's
I'll
up,
tell you
Mike?
what, yo. Hey, hold on. Mike Hughes, I'm glad you're in the comments
Mike?
right now. Hold on. Hey, yo, he said it, boy. Mike, he said Jay. It is very Jay Biden. Trust me, I promise you. And I understand why I have that name. Trust me, I know. Mike Hughes, I know you're on. I know you're listening to me right now. And put this in the comments. Everybody on this damn panel, except for myself.
Hey, why you yelling, man? Why you yelling?
Sorry. That's the army, Gonzo. That's the army that comes out in me. I will go back down to pedestrian. Mike Hughes. Everybody on this panel literally has said, no, don't say the Bears, Mike, because everybody on this panel said that your team sucks and they're not going anywhere.
Wait.
I'm kidding.
I'm gonna call bullshit on that right now.
They didn't say it sucks. I'm just teasing. But what they did say, they did not have Chicago at the number 1 spot going into the playoffs. Is anybody in this panel got Chicago going number 1 into the playoffs from that division?
No.
Okay. So, Mike Hughes, I just want to let you know, I was the only one that had faith in Chicago that said Chicago would do it. But everybody on this panel was saying Green Bay.
Hey, that's
hold on.
Let's say Green Bay. Glenn wasn't here. Glenn wasn't here.
No. So, Glenn gets a reprieve, but Glenn has a pink fedora, so he gets a buy on everything. That's not the point.
You know what though? I did have the Bears in my picks for like the last 2 months now. So
he does have it more.
Right.
I don't know why you do it like this, guys. So the man puts you always got a pink fedora. Come on now.
I got my pink cow like out front, like honky man.
Hey, I know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know why Chris was doing like this, because look, you rock the hell out of that pink fedora. There's no doubt about it.
You lying? You ain't lying.
Man, hell. he said, I won't take.
Hey, do you guys want me and Chris to leave so you guys can be alone?
Nah.
Oh, Lord.
Glenn, I don't have a problem with it.
I didn't think you did. I mean,
I'm in person.
Oh, God.
He's kind of handsome. But anyway, that's a story for another day.
Hey,
right on this one.
I think he just slow down there, Jay.
He said Phillip Rivers is just as old as Pops.
Actually, Phillip Rivers is less than a year younger than me.
That means I'm really old.
Yeah, he said, hey, guys, guess who won't be winning the ESPN title?
Yeah, it won't be me.
That's true.
I don't know, but this father and son duo above us has a pretty damn good shot unless Logan or Frankie can do something about it.
I'll tell you what's funny. My grandson, I was talking to him earlier. He plays in the league. And I said, hey, man, you I think you play Frankie in the playoffs. He said, I made the playoffs? And I said, yeah. He said, hey, man, look at my team in 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah. Damn. And he put up 137.
He told me that Saturday, and then on Sunday, his fucking team whooped my ass.
I know. He beat the crap out of it.
Yeah, he scored like 170-something points. Like,
Did
he really say he ain't looked at his team in 4 or 5 weeks? Is that what he really said?
Yeah, and he's telling the truth. He hasn't looked at the team or changed his lineup in 4 or 5 weeks.
And he's in the playoffs.
Okay. Nothing against Austin. Austin, you know, hey, we all love you here. You're name but love. We all love you here. Your family, okay? But let's be honest, Austin, I hope you don't win the belt. Knowing what I know now, I hope you don't win the belt. I need somebody to win the belt who's actually put the work in and week out, not somebody just riding the coattails of a great draft. Okay, I know you did. Obviously, you drafted well. I don't know.
I'm winning the belt this year. You might as well.
Well, we don't know that for sure. We don't know. We don't know that. We don't know that
There's
for
a
sure.
3 in 8 chance. Hey, there's a 3 in 8 chance it's coming to Indiana. I'll tell you
I
that
do
much.
I do have a question, and some people may get pissed off. I don't know them, so I don't care if they get pissed off or not. Some of the guys that's played in the league, at times hadn't even looked at the roster. Haven't. I mean, they
Yeah, I
have players.
know.
They didn't change them. Why even play in the fucking league if you're not gonna participate?
Tony, I agree with you. Totally 100% agree. I think sometimes, well, I'm not going to speak for them. Let's just put it this way: next year's league will look a little bit different.
I mean,
because I don't want to put people in the league.
If you only got 10 teams that really want to play, or only 8 teams that really want to play, why have 4 that want to participate?
Trust me, I get it.
I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm just saying, participate. And I know there's no money involved, so I mean,
Tony, you're not a jerk. You're not a jerk about it. You're on point.
Honest.
Trust me. No, it makes me because it makes me mad too. Because I feel like, look, I've gone down. Look, when I started the league off in game 1, I was in 11th place. No, maybe been dead last. I can't remember. I was either in 12th place or 11th place, and I made the playoffs in 7. So if you don't like going into the consolation bracket, well, I don't know what to tell you. Either draft better, or trade better, or get better free agents. I don't know. Do something with your team to get yourself out of where you are. So Tony, trust me, I get it. I get where you are, and I understand what you're saying.
Didn't even try though. I mean, they just. You look at their lineup, and they'd have 3 players not even playing. They've got people on the bench. They ain't changing lineups. I mean, they're not putting any effort in. My thing is, if you're not going to put any effort, why play?
I get it. No, I understand what you're saying. And you know the ones who are putting effort in, because when you look at the last place teams or whatever, you look at their moves. If they've got 21 or 15 or 18 or 19 moves, okay, they're trying. Maybe they suck, but they're trying.
I try like a motherfucker.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Glenn won the last 2 seasons. When I looked at the team he picked, I'm saying, what the hell is he picking? And he was. I'm being honest. I'm being clear. I said, what the hell is Glenn picking? But guess what? I didn't know shit because he won the last 2 seasons.
Yeah. I want you to know this though. I did beat Glenn last year. I want that noted. I did beat Glenn last year. Glenn has been beat before. He's not unbeatable, but it is what it is.
I've been one or two all year. I've been at the one spot most of these seasons. So
okay. There's no need to gloat. There's no need to gloat. There's no need to talk about how badass you are. I'm not measuring. You're not measuring. You got the number 1 spot right now.
You don't want to measure. You don't want to measure. You'll lose that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, damn, Gonzo. Okay.
Yeah.
Remember, size. Size and no. Hold on. We're gonna go real quick. And I'm gonna keep it clean. Height. You're 5'6". I'm like 5'10". I promise you.
One day
I'm 6'5". I don't know what you're talking about.
You would tell. One day he said he was 6'5".
And one of us, I'm not saying, but one of us is not even 5 foot. But we don't care about that. We don't care about that. Small hands make everything look better. We're not gonna go there. We're gonna leave that topic alone.
Hey Frankie, I know it. I ain't gonna lie. It kind of worries me that I've been number 1 almost all year because you never know what's gonna happen in the fucking playoffs.
Here's the thing. I've seen guys put up 175 points or 160 points, 150 points, and then come back and only put up 100 points one way. I think it really is just. And let's be honest. People and me and Glenn were talking about this earlier. I do get kind of nervous when it gets down to week 18 because that's when people start pulling people, and then you don't know if your guy is going to get pulled and rested.
That's why the other league I'm in that my grandson runs, we're done before then.
Yeah,
so
we started.
Our playoff started last week.
Our playoff started last week. We're in the semifinals rounds this week.
So let me ask you this, Glenn. Since you've won a couple of times, let me ask you this: when you're drafting. And this really is for all 4 of you. I'm just asking Glenn because he's won our league most of the time. But this really is for all 4 of you, or 3 of you. Not 4 because I haven't won. But for the 3 of you.
We're talking fantasy football, but okay.
Yeah.
Okay. For all of you follow fantasy football. I'm asking you this one question. When you're drafting, how much does the last couple of weeks play in like who you want to like? Not really. I mean, that's not really going to. Let me rephrase that. As you get closer to the end, how important or how do you change your scheme of who you start as you get closer? Because you got to imagine some people are getting sad. So what do you do when that happens? And you've been sitting number 1 for so long.
So I'll go ahead and go first because I know the answer to this question. I look at who's going to be with the way our schedule runs all the way to the last week of the season. I'm looking at um, if who's got the division wrapped up, who is still in contention. If are they going to be playing all the week, or are they going to be sitting guys? Because for example, if for example, I'm going to use Rankins team as a good example because it's current. If the Patriots wrap up the AFC East this weekend, if they do that, then week 17, 18, I'm probably looking at starting somebody up, another quarterback. I'm probably looking at those last few weeks of the season and fantasy playoffs about Thanksgiving.
That makes a lot of sense because I can see if you try to ride that one roster and you've been doing so good all the way up to the end, and then they decide to start sitting people, well, you're kind of screwed in some aspects if your secondary people aren't as good as other people's primary ones that haven't been sat.
Yeah.
And I kind of think that's where a fantasy league kind of screws you a little bit in that.
Yeah.
Well,
that's one of the reasons why I picked up Justin Herbert when I did, because if I was going to still be in the playoffs or in the hunt, if Josh Allen was going to be sitting, I want to make sure I had a decent enough quarterback that could produce, 18 and 20 points.
Not that many teams set a lot of their offensive players in week 17. It's more the last week.
Yeah.
So like I said, in the league that my grandson ran, we're done by week 17. So, we're in our semifinals this week, and then next week's our finals.
What league are you playing in by chance?
It's an ESPN league.
I was gonna say, is it ESPN? Is that who y'all are playing through? We're going through NFL.com.
Yeah, but I don't know about on the NFL one, but on the ESPN one, you can in the settings you can decide when you want your playoffs to start.
Yep.
Because when we first started the league, it was week 18, but we changed it because of players sitting out.
That's a smart thing to do. That's why I'm asking that. I didn't even know that. So that's something we need to look into.
You might be able to do it.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm not sure.
Because honestly, I would hate for somebody to lose a championship. For example, if they had the top quarterback and the top running back on their team. I prefer.
I don't know, Chris, what you think, but I prefer the ESPN league over the NFL league.
Yeah,
it's a lot easier to find stuff.
I think the app runs.
Yeah, I just like the app better.
And that's what that's really good feedback, and I appreciate you guys. Matter of fact, hold on, we'll talk about this offline.
Yeah.
Hey, anybody else got anything important they want to talk about in basketball? Go ahead, Glenn.
No, it's fantasy related, so we'll do it after we get
off.
Update
real quick. The Knicks are up 110 to 105, 3:55 left. Wemby just hit a free throw, so they're down 4. He's got another free throw, so it's coming down to the wire.
You must be behind me then, because right now I'm showing 112, 107 Knicks, 314 left.
Yeah, I'm at 355, so I'm almost a minute behind.
There you go.
Yeah.
So there you go. So they're right now the Knicks are 5 points up right now with 3:04 left to play.
What are you watching on?
Oh, all right. Prime.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next Tuesday night. Have a good night.